Boom. Hi guys, welcome to the Next Generation Baller Show. I'm your host LP. Yes, this is the show where we talk about everything football, next generation, and giving you all the latest reaction and content. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, hit that bell. Don't forget, jump on notification. We're having a big show today. We've got some fans coming on later on in the show. It's been a big weekend. Like we said, we wanted to get the fans involved. Wanted to get them involved in the weekend, in midweek. Wasn't able to, but we're going to get them involved later on in the show. Don't forget as well, if you guys want to get involved, we're going to start doing that. We're going to get the fans involved. Just give us a message. Next time we're on, we'll get you guys involved. And just come on, give us your opinion. Give us your opinion. Supreme will be on there as well. And giving you guys his opinion. So just let us know what you guys think, what you guys want, and yeah, good to have you guys on the show, man. So let's just dive into it. Despite it's been a mad weekend, man. It's been a mad. Whether you start from yesterday or today, because today, well, obviously there's one big game today. You know what? I think it's best for you to start off with today, because today was a bit mad. Today was a bit mad, and I did say in the previous show. If you haven't seen the previous show, go watch that. I did say in the previous show that this is probably going to be the biggest London derby in a long time in terms of what it means to both clubs and how both clubs have played that game. Well, you say both clubs. You see how Arsenal's played that game. They really took that game with the scruff of the neck. And it's mad because for Arsenal, this now could be the turning point. Like, they've seen all the other teams drop points. They sturdy picked up their points after a poor start to the season. And now, with this big win in the London derby, I did say it, and I was saying it to the people that I work with the coaches and that. And I was saying, because a lot of them are Arsenal fans, big up Newham, as a club that I also work with. A lot of them were saying, I was saying to them that this game could be the kick start to both club seasons. So with the precarious positions that both clubs in, with the new managers and transfer windows, such a like this game, and with the form that they had coming into the season, this game was always going to be a big game. And for Arsenal to lead the game 3-0 at half time, that was a big statement. And their big boys stepped up. Aubameyang amongst the goals again. Man like Saka getting a goal. And also Smith Rowe. Yeah, Smith Rowe started to chomp at the bit and started to do his thing. So Arsenal is looking like they're starting to build something back. And you know what? It's so funny because with Arsenal's success will become a lot of people having to swallow a lot of their words, because Arsenal's been done for time. And I ain't sitting here gassing up like Arsenal's back in any of the sorts, but I'm saying this is a possibility. This is a big possibility with this result. And obviously we hear from some of the fans that we've got coming on. I think we've got another Man United fan. I think we've got a Tottenham fan coming on as well. So we like to hear from that. Also as well, guys, if you guys want to get more, like I said, don't forget to hit us in the message box, DM us, and we'll definitely get back to you and fill you in with a slot. But yeah, 3-1 for Arsenal. Brilliant performance. I see the likes of Aubameyang really stepping up to the mark, showing his leadership credentials. I think he's finally put all that nonsense behind him in regards to the contract. Doesn't really want to be here. I think, sometimes footballers go through that phase where they're just coasting with it. They're enjoying the lifestyle of being a footballer and maybe not really taking the serious part, which is the actual football side on the pitch, too seriously, and maybe indulging in too much lavish activities. But hey, some say it's their right. It's who can tell them how to spend their hard-earned money. But Aubameyang's form has been affecting Arsenal recently over the last couple months or so, especially last season. So with Aubameyang now backfiring and the young players around him performing, this maybe could be a turning point for Arsenal, because Aubameyang is going to be at the club for a long time. So it's important for him, the experienced player, to definitely step up and give these youngers something to look up to. So with Saka, we all know what the likes of Saka, what he possesses, what he's done for Europe, England at the Euros, and his international credentials. And we also see what he done for Arsenal last season. So for Arteta now, the biggest challenge is consistency. They've got a big result here today against a big team in Tottenham in a big game. Obviously, not anything. It wasn't for any trophies or such sort, but the bragging rights, the North London derby. Obviously, this weekend it is red. It is red. So to have Arsenal there ready now, screaming, because Arsenal hadn't beat Tottenham for, I think, about I'm sure it was 6 games. Arsenal hadn't won against Tottenham. No, they won their last game, so now they've won 2 games in a row against Tottenham. Correct, but prior to these 2 victories, they hadn't won. So now with it turning back over, and looks like the shift maybe coming back to the red side of town, and that bodes well for Arsenal fans, considering the banter that they've been getting, not ever since Arteta even come. This banter with Arsenal's happening even when Wenger was there. So can they get out of the rut, they would say? Can they push up the table? Can they kick themselves on? And who knows, maybe challenge for a top 4 spot? Because I know a lot of them players in the Arsenal squad, especially the likes of Aubameyang, Lacazette, and also Partey as well. The type of players they definitely would want to be playing in the Champions League. Players that all previously have played in the Champions League before. So that's definitely going to be on their minds. But can Arsenal do it? Can they continue their good form? Or will they crumble again? Will Arsenal crumble again? Will they go back down in the table and start losing points? We shall see. But where do we go with Spurs? Where do we go with Spurs? It looks like the club is in a bit of a very sticky situation, because there's a lot going on at Tottenham. There's a lot. And to pull it all together, we need a whole new show. We probably need a whole Tottenham segment on what is going on at Tottenham. But it's very interesting what's going on there. We all know the situations, what happened last season in regards to the sacking of Jose Mourinho, their involvement in the Super League, and also most recently as the saga with Harry Kane. But now it's affecting the team dramatically in the fact that they had a good start to the season, but I feel like it's starting to wear on the club a bit. And I think with the situation what's going on at Tottenham, you could easily surpass it as to say bad form, considering the players that they got. But when you got to sit there and really think about it, yes, they've got Harry Kane, one of the best strikers in the world. And some might say, oh, Harry Kane might not be having the best starts to this season, but he's already got 3 goals. And I'm sure this time last year, Harry Kane never used to get goals until the end of September or something like that. But we are in September, coming towards October. But Harry Kane still doesn't seem to look like he's hit his purple patch. Maybe that might be an effect of the Euros. We know how draining that has been for the players. Obviously, he come back late, so his preseason was behind the rest of the squad. Maybe he just needs time to pick up, because Harry does start slow with a normal preseason, and now adding the fact that he had a Euros where England went to the final. So let's not forget, getting to the finals not only physically draining, it's also mentally draining. We see Trigwell talking about, well, his situation was a bit different in the fact that he didn't start not a minute at the Euros, but had to spend the whole time with the squad. And obviously that is a different type of mental strain, considering to a player that's playing nearly every other game for England in the high stakes of a big game. And obviously the whole camaraderie and everything that went around the situation in a final, that could also have a dramatic mental effect in regards to your footballing ability and just the fatigue in general, and just because it's very intense. So in regards to Harry Kane, that might be a mitigating factor what is going on there. But in regards to Harry Kane, or minus Harry Kane, when you look at the club of a whole, you've got Tottenham who recently moved into a new stadium. I can't remember how much it is. Most very, very nice stadium, costs a lot of money. But remember that when you these clubs that when they do enter into these new stadiums, they do look to recruit the money back, and that lessens their transfer activity, and they have to stop wheeling and dealing until they can pay off essentially the stadium and put themselves in a comfortable position. But I feel the situation what Tottenham have built themselves in is, with Daniel Levy at the home, is we can see the direction that they want to go. They want to be this successful London club which attracts fans from all over the world with a beautiful stadium. But the problem that Tottenham have is that they're not producing the performances on the pitch to bring back titles to get that acclaimancy. And you see the difference. How I compare it is, there's no difference in the vision in what you see in Manchester City and in Tottenham in terms of the vision, but the plan is totally different because you got one element in Man City which has got abundance of riches and has invested in every part of the club in order to help achieve that. They might not have achieved it to the best of their ability as yet, but they've been on that way. We've got trophies, invested in the club, stadium, manager, whatever it is. It's been at its own expense. But with Tottenham, what you're seeing is a club where they're trying to do everything on a budget. And Daniel Lee, Tottenham is not wealth with a lot of money, but with their good business mind and their acumen and what they're able to offer potentially, they've started their journey. But the sticking point is on this journey, if you do not produce results, trophies, that plan starts to crumble. It starts to have leaks in it. So what you see with Man City, they managed to have Premier Leagues, get to Champions League finals. I know Tottenham got to a final as well, but with Manchester City, we know that they was into that final being favourites. I'm sure it was when Liverpool really and Tottenham really wasn't at the time. But you get what I'm trying to get is that Man City is able to keep that sustainability, which has allowed them to ensure that their plan can move forward, whereas Tottenham are kind of working on a budget and the things that they want are not necessarily working for them. So you're seeing cracks in their plan moving forward, and I think that's having an effect on the pitch. Obviously, with the Harry Kane situation, the managerial situation, and overall the football that they're bringing to the fans. And so it's going to be an interesting one this season in regards to Daniel Levy. Let's not forget the Super League as well, what they tried to do there, and the negative relationship they had with the fans. So that's an interesting one to watch. And also with Harry Kane as well, him wants to leave in the summer. Daniel Levy wasn't having a bar of it. So we'll see, and keep a close eye on that one, because that one definitely there is going to be one to look out for. What else to be? Oh, so Son got the goal for Spurs in a 3-1 win for Arsenal. Spurs, where did they go in for now? It's going to be very difficult for them. Santos has gone in there. And for me, it's going to look like a big mistake for them getting Jose Mourinho, to be quite fair. You can see the similar style of football that Nuno was trying to present, but Jose Mourinho was the winning manager. And yes, I know he has that old image thing on what he says and whatnot, but he took them to the final. And to sack him a week before the final, end up losing the trophy, to then go and get a similar replacement with less experience, no winning experience or trophies, that is, may come back to haunt him. So interesting one there. That's why I said watch Daniel Levy and see how that goes, because that's going to be a very interesting one. Another big result of the weekend is Chelsea 0, Manchester City 1. Yes, Jesus with the goal, the only goal of the game, deflected shot. Interesting, very, very interesting game. We're seeing this interesting battle beginning to commence between Chelsea and Manchester City that it's great to see as a mutual fan, me being a Manchester United fan myself. But this battle with Tuchel and Pep, like, it's really going off in it. Like, it's actually going off. Like, them, like, Tuchel winning the last 3 games against Manchester City, but Manchester City winning the last 3 games. It's definitely. We got a fan coming in. Before we start, we're gonna get Big T in the building.
Come on.
How you doing, Big T? You right?
Yeah, buddy. Good.
How you doing, T? Yeah, I'll just.
You right?
Yeah, I'm good, man. It's good to have you on the show. Good to see you here, man. This is T. Let them know you are on what team you support.
Man United now is Devils all day. Come on.
Devils all day, yeah. So what I'll do, I'm gonna talk a bit about. I just moved on to the City game. I spoke a bit about the Spurs and Arsenal game. Like, what's your thoughts on that game before I carry on with the City game? What's your thoughts indulging that one?
What, the Arsenal and Tottenham game?
Yeah.
See that? I'll be honest with you. I was upset when I saw them man winning there, man. I was upset.
Well, do you feel that
Tottenham, I don't know what's going on with them, like?
Do you feel that this can kickstart Arsenal season?
Yeah, no, I think Arsenal they had a little turnaround. Like, after that international break, that's when they switched everything around. I can see it myself. Yeah, I might be upset, but it is what it is, man. It's football, man.
So that's interesting. So yeah, I was talking. So I moved on to talking about another big result. What happened over the weekend, and that was Chelsea versus City 1-0. Bit of a mad thing going on there. So obviously, Tuchel, we see this mad battle going on with Chelsea and Man City. Obviously, Chelsea getting one over them in the Champions League, and obviously now Pep Guardiola now getting his one back over them in the Premier League in the search for coming back. Obviously, we've seen Man City have a rocky start. Obviously, Chelsea have a flying start. They got back Lukaku, their striker that they needed, the person they needed to score goals. He's now out there doing his bit. What was your thoughts on that game, Carl? Man City ripped them, like, in terms of the game. That they didn't know what was going on. Do you think Pep's got one of him?
Yeah, you see them ones. They had them all game, bro. He couldn't really do much. I don't know, man. I think he's had one of them games there. Because you see, even when Lukaku was at Man United, he wasted them games there. We'll just put him in there. You can't. Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm about to swear on this one. I forgot.
Say that again, so you was breaking up. I think we seem to have some technical issues there. One sec, we got another fan coming in. One sec, let T switch stuff up. You right, T? He's saying, you right? He's saying, right, Black Man, Nextgenballer?
What's going on? You good, yeah?
Yeah, I'm good. So we got the 2 boys on there, the 2 United fans on there. but it's all mad because we're all three of us are United fans. For me, I'll step out of it for the day. Then I'll let you guys do your Man United chat. But we was just talking a bit about the Tottenham and Arsenal game. Traveller, what was your thoughts on that game? And obviously we're talking a bit about the Chelsea game as well. But what was your thoughts on that?
I didn't even put my volume up. I didn't even watch the Arsenal game, to be honest with you. Okay. But from what I've seen, like from the highlights I've seen, Arsenal played well. Tottenham, they don't look like they've got leadership. I think Harry Kane, by his body language, he wants to leave the club. So I think Tottenham's going downhill instead of going upwards.
Okay. That's interesting, man. Interesting. Next game we was talking about, we're just moving on talking about was 1 second. Oh, no, sorry, right. Next game we was talking about was Chelsea versus Man City. Obviously, 1 second, T's coming back. And what was your thoughts on that game? Obviously, Man City coming back, doing their thing.
Yeah. I think Pep won this one. Chelsea's tactics, I think he got it wrong. I think he's playing too defensive. And I think Man City, they just took their chances, you know. But I don't think City is going to win the league, in my perspective.
Why do you say that?
I think City have won the league, and I think teams have already found how to draw against them and how to beat them. I'm a Man United fan. It's going to sound a bit weird, but I think if we get rid of Solskjaer, or if Solskjaer changes mentality, United could probably win it. I think it would be United or Liverpool. That's what I think.
Okay, so you say a bit about Man United if Solskjaer leaves.
Yeah.
Who do you see replacing Solskjaer?
I think the only one, to be honest with you, you got two managers, but then it's like, are the owners going to go for them? It's either Conte or Zizi. They're the only ones that could probably change the way United play football. That's just from my perspective, you know. That's just from my perspective. But you know, if you look at Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, if you look at the game that he played yesterday, you got Sancho. That's a 75 million English midfielder. The guy's not even playing. He's been benching him. They've been screaming for a CDM. You got Van der Beek on the bench. It's not making sense. You know, you got Lindegaard that's playing decent for the last two games, apart from Champions League game. He's on the bench. You know, and it's like the substitution that he made. He put on Cavani, and then he played him as a winger, or I think he played Ronaldo as a winger. They don't have legs, but they got awareness. So if you're looking to at least go for a draw, because United couldn't win it anyway. It was game up in 10 minutes. Go for a draw. If you're gonna go for a draw, you need to put someone that's got legs and awareness. You either put Sancho or Lindegaard. You don't put on Cavani, bro, because you've already got Ronaldo on the pitch.
I see that.
That's what I'm saying. And then, second of all his mistakes, he's playing two CDMs. You can't play two CDMs. He plays two CDMs, then you're playing Pogba out of position. Pogba's not a winger.
True. So, and that was a very interesting one for me, seeing Pogba out in the wing.
Bro, it's not making sense. Like, when Mourinho was there, Mourinho was playing players in their position. You know? Solskjaer's come in. Solskjaer's a good manager, but he's clueless half of the time. You know?
I definitely agree with you on that one. Who do you think could replace him?
For me, I would say Zizi would be the best option. Conte, now the problem with Conte, Conte does not take anything. Conte will United, like for example, Pogba's got a very big ego in it. So if Conte comes, the same egos that are gonna have to mellow down. And if you want to win something, you bring Zizi that will get the best out of the players and that will play people in the right position. So I'm saying, like yesterday, we had two injuries. Luke Shaw gone, Harry Maguire gone. Okay, it makes sense. The two substitutions that he made, he had to do it anyway. But then, how can you have two CDMs when you got two defenders already injured? You got to take one CDM off and put on the winger, so at least Pogba can come back to his position. And then you got a winger that's gonna at least do something. Because the only guy that was doing bits yesterday was De Gea, Osaka, and Mason Greenwood, but they got burnt out.
And that was interesting to see that. I thought Ollie's tactics are the ones. Can you guys hear echo from me? I think. Can you hear me fine?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, it's interesting for me just on my part. I think Ollie's tactics, I don't think he has any, and that's the problem. What we're having is sometimes you've got to be able to change it in gameplay. So it's for me, that's where we're struggling, and I can't see how we're going to get out of this rut. Midfield was something that I thought that was lacking from last season.
Yeah.
Fred and McTominay hasn't seemed to be developing, so I can't really see how we're going to move forward from this.
You know what, if you look at it in the football perspective, McTominay's playing out of position, bro. He's not a CDM, he's a box-to-box midfielder. Naturally. So you're already playing McTominay out of position. You spent money on Fred, you're going to have to pay him anyway because Fred costs, what, 50 mil? More. Like, you can't get rid of him unless he plays good, then you can get rid of. For example, we got rid of Daniel James. That's the best thing Solskjaer's done. You got rid of Daniel James. You know what I mean? But then what Solskjaer's not doing is you're playing people out of position. Marcus Rashford got injured because Solskjaer was playing him in and out. That's what I'm saying, bro. So, God forbid, imagine if Pogba gets injured, Fernandes gets injured, Ronaldo gets injured. You got no replacements. Well, you got replacements because you got Greenwood, But then you got but then, for example, you got Rashford's going to come back into the squad, but who's he gonna replace to get in that first 11? That's what I'm saying.
Rashford has to start.
Yeah, but the thing is, if Rashford starts, who doesn't start?
It's gonna have to be Sancho.
But then you just spent 75 mil, bro. You can't bench someone for 75 mil.
I know, but you see what is in Sancho? The reason why I feel like you can afford to bench him is because we can see that he hasn't kicked it off straight away.
Because he got games, bro. He ain't got game time. Sancho ain't got game time. That's the problem. So if you give Sancho game time, the guy will develop. It's like Van de Beek. Van de Beek played in the FA Cup the other time. Bro, Van de Beek bossed that midfield, but he's not getting game time.
No, it's true.
So
I'm just about to get Big T in there and he cut. But yeah, so Man United going forward, do you still feel that we can win the title?
But we can win the title if either Solskjaer changes mentality or we get rid of him. It's the only way. It's the only way.
Okay.
If you look at United, Jay, we got one of the best squads in the Premier League, bro. No doubt.
Yeah, 100%.
We got a clueless manager.
But you know what is here? What I feel what will be the sticking point right now, especially with the players that we got, it solely can't be on Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. We've got a World Cup winner in Varane. We've got Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah.
And we've got arguably one of the greatest strikers ever in Cavani. Like, you guys start putting some people into shape, man. Do you know what I mean? Like, help the manager out a bit. Do you know what I mean? Like, but what was your thoughts on the Liverpool game? 3-3, because I thought if Liverpool got a result in that game, it would be a bit sticky for us. Like, in terms of, do you think that result saved us in a bit? In a way?
Liverpool got too carried away, and that's football. You know, but then that just goes to show you that the Premier League is the best league in the world, because you get teams like Brentford that get promoted, teams like Leeds last season, they've done Man City, they've done a lot of teams. You got Aston Villa beat Man United for more than 10 years in Old Trafford. So Liverpool got too comfortable, and that's so obviously teams like Brentford are going to beat or challenge or beat other certain teams. Like, for example, United's not going to win against the smaller teams, even Man City. You've got the league is so open. But then if you look at Liverpool now, they've got the advantage because they're like 1 point ahead against United, City, and Chelsea. But for me, I said it from the beginning, it's going to be United or Liverpool, bro. That's what I think. Chelsea, they'll come close. City, nah, bro.
City are done for. I think with Pep
City, when City's defenders get injured, they ain't got no backups. But United's got backups. Liverpool Sally got backups. So I'm saying.
No, I feel you on that one. And even you mentioned Leeds haven't won a game this season. Done a mad thing last season.
Yeah.
Do you think they're gonna suffer with second season syndrome?
Nah, man, Leeds will stay, bro. Leeds will stay in the league, bro. I think Leeds will stay.
Because that man-to-man thing, I think teams are kind of sussed it out now.
Yeah, but Leeds will stay. You know, I think Leeds they've got experience 1 year in the Premier League to stay up. I think teams like Norwich will go. You know, I don't know who's bottom. I think Norwich will go, and maybe Newcastle, but I think Leeds will.
He just messaged me, said there's something wrong with his connection. All right, T, don't worry. Next time, get it all sort out your connection. Guys, don't forget, like, comment, share, subscribe. As you can see, we've got Black Man the Traveller on here, and we have T on here, fans of football. Just getting you guys involved. And like you said, if you're a fan, you want to get on the show and give us your opinion, just give us a shout and we'll slot you guys in. So, yeah, the other results. What do you feel? How do you feel about the season so far? What's your opinion on the Premier League or just your thoughts in general? How do you feel the season's going so far? And name one player that's caught your eye out, namely a young player.
You know what? Yeah, I think the season's gone. The season's gone well. There's one team people need to watch out. West Ham, bro. Watch out for West Ham.
Hey, West Ham are doing a mad thing. You know, Antonio's on fire. People
need to watch out for me. 2 teams: West Ham and Watford. They're going to be problems this season. And you mentioned someone that's young. That Saha guy, that guy from Senegal. Watch out for him as well, bro. The one that plays for Watford.
Yeah, he's Man United and Liverpool all interested in him.
Yeah.
And I didn't think they thought that he was going to be Premier League proven, but I think next time it's going to be.
This kid, if he keeps doing what he's doing, watch out for him. I think the Premier League's gone good, but you know what it is? It's still early to say what's going to happen, but you can really see that the top 4 teams, I think that's how it's going to be, obviously, in terms of who's going to win it. It's going to juggle around. Leicester City will bounce back because Leicester, they always somehow sneak it in the top 6.
I think they're done.
Do you reckon?
I I think they're done. The reason why I say they're done, yeah, they got a lot of players that are Champions League players, and they're not getting in the Champions League next season.
So you don't think Leicester City will be in the top 6?
Yeah, but that's the reason why I say they'll get top 6.
Yeah.
But all their players will go. Madison should be playing Champions League. Tillman should be playing Champions League.
Yeah.
Ndidi should be playing Champions League, and Fofana should be playing Champions League.
Yeah.
Once they lose all of them, what happens then?
Nah, it's true. It's true.
And I think them players know that themselves. So I even think they'll be lucky to get 6. Because you got to remember, like, West Ham still having a good season, and Everton, like, they didn't get Europe last year.
United got Everton next as well, man. Fucking hell, we got Everton next as well. But Everton,
the big games coming up, boy. Big games, boy. Big.
What's your perspective? Who do you think's going to win the league, in your opinion?
In my opinion, like, it's a difficult one. Being a Man United fan, obviously I wanted to be Man United. The only team that I can see being a problem for us is Chelsea.
Okay.
And the only reason why I say that is because based on last season's performance, it's only the small teams that we messed up against, and we're still seeming to do that mistake. But I thought we had a better start than we had last season.
Yeah.
We slipped up today. If we can kick back into gear, I don't see no team, and Man City's result confirmed that even for me yesterday. I don't see no team that we can't beat. Do you know what I mean? So for me, it's about, can we be consistent enough in producing a performance to win? It's between Man United and Chelsea for me. I feel personally, I don't think Liverpool. I think it's going to be Man United and Man United and Liverpool, Man United and Chelsea fighting for the title, and Liverpool and Man City in their own little team.
You reckon?
Yeah, because I feel same thing. If Liverpool get injuries, they're done for. And plus, also, if what was I gonna say? A lot of their players want to leave, so they're not saying it because they've got respect for Liverpool. But we all know Salah wants to play for Real Madrid and Barcelona, and we all know Nani does. So I feel when it starts getting like that, and they've already won everything, it's like, what is else is there left to win? Do you know what I'm saying? So I think that will start to sink in. And Klopp as well. Remember, he's not a manager that's going to be there forever.
True.
Yeah, man. I think Liverpool, same feeling that I have Man City, because with Pep Guardiola going as well. I think the kick won't be there. But yeah, I thought it would be between Man United and Chelsea.
But what happens if Chelsea get injuries though? If Lukaku gets injured, Warner doesn't perform. Like, you got to see that perspective as well.
Yeah, I appreciate that, but Chelsea can get results. And I think Chelsea the type of team, they can win 10 games in a row 1-0 with the manager like Tuchel. Yeah. They've got goal scorers all over the pitch, so let's not forget that. That's the problem. Do you know what I'm saying?
But their defense is shaky, and their keeper, I don't trust their keeper.
Oh, T looks like T's back.
Yeah. Hey, what is that now?
Right, T?
Yeah, my signal is using a bit more.
All right, yeah. So what we're gonna do, I'll get your opinion, T, before we close the show. We don't want to drag on too long. But like I was just saying to Black the Traveller, what's your thoughts in the season so far? What team's been interesting you and what players?
I'll be real. This has been a good season, you know. You see Brentford. Yeah. Can you hear me?
I think there's something wrong. Your mic's a bit fuzzy.
You know what? Let me try.
I can hear you.
Can you hear me probably now, yeah?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. No, it's been a good season. I think this season is going to be one of the most entertaining seasons. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. It just sounds a bit fuzzy for me, but I don't know if that's on mine. Comment if you can also hear it live on the stream. But it's all right for you, Traveller. You can't hear no fuzz.
No, I can hear everything.
All right, cool.
All right, that's all right. Yeah, no, it's going to be an entertaining season. Like, it's not going to be a straightforward season. At the start, I thought maybe the Chelsea was going to win, but you just have to wait and see now. I think even City's got a chance now.
City, yeah.
Nah, not City, not City, but they've got a chance. They've got a chance.
Who
Okay,
do you think's
okay.
gonna
What
win
what
this
team's been surprising you?
Me as a Man United fan, you know I'm gonna say Man United, but at the start I was pulling towards Chelsea.
Fuck it,
I know.
Okay. What player's been catching your eye?
You see that guy that plays for is it Brentford?
Oh
That
yeah.
team that just came up. What's his name? Tony. He's been doing a couple tricky things on the ball up front
Oh, you're
there,
talking
man.
about Ivan Tony from Brentford.
Exactly, my man. Yeah, he's been doing a lot of tricky stuff up there, man. He's been catching my eye.
Yeah, no, he's definitely been touted to be a Premier League striker for a very long time. Come from Peterborough,
100%.
and yeah, man, he's definitely been doing his thing still. I see his interview as well with Baller Talk. Like, yeah, he's a funny guy still. So like, it's good to have characters like him in the league. Obviously, hopefully, he can get into that England squad. Who knows? But yeah, man, I can't lie. It's been great, man. I can't lie. It's been good having you guys on the show, getting your opinion on the game. Obviously, definitely have you guys back on later on when you guys are ready. But yeah, man, it's a pleasure, man. You guys have a good day. Don't forget as well, you guys like, comment, share, subscribe. Don't forget to put the bell. You guys as well, anyone you know that's interested in football, get them on. Let's keep the battle going, man. Let's keep it good. You guys enjoy your week. Keep watching the football. Keep keeping updated, man. You guys
No worries,
enjoy
man.
your day. You guys see you later.
Take care, man.
Take care, man. Easy.